on being scary smart. Let me begin by telling you something few will admit. Being smart is not always a blessing. Being scary smart, that kind of frightening clairvoyant intelligence that sees through walls, patterns, and pretense, is more often than not a quiet affliction. Because people don't like to be seen through. They like to be seen, yes, but not seen through. To be scary smart is to walk into a room and feel the whole temperature of it shift, not because you spoke, but because something in you knows. You detect the weak joist in the social scaffolding. You hear the hairline fracture in the laughter. You notice that the sentence someone started doesn't match the feeling behind their eyes. And worse, you can usually tell why. This is not intelligence in the usual sense. It's not academic brilliance or a vocabulary contest. It's not even about being clever. It's a kind of vision, a subterranean radar, a gift, or perhaps a curse of intuitive penetration. Scary smart people don't just think well, they perceive deeply. They pick up on things others never even realized were missing. And the world is not always kind to this sort of perception, because what is rewarded in this world is performance, smoothness, agreement, compliance. A scary smart person will often fail at all three, not because they're unkind, but because they are constitutionally unable to pretend they don't see what they see. They walk around like X-ray machines. And in a world built of cardboard sets and social costumes, X-ray machines are not popular. Let me say this another way. To be scary smart is to constantly wrestle with restraint. You know what's wrong. You know what's false. You know how to fix it, or at least where the fire started. But you must not speak too soon. You must not correct every error. You must not interrupt the dream just because you're awake, because not everyone wants to be woken up. In fact, most people hate it. They would rather sleep. They would rather live inside a lie that holds them safely than a truth that throws their whole structure into question. So when you, the scary smart one, walk into the room and breathe differently, they feel it. They might not know what's wrong, but they feel something shift. You've disturbed the equilibrium. Your presence alone poses a question they were not prepared to answer. And so, often, you are punished for it. Not directly, not always cruelly, but punished nonetheless. Left out of meetings, talked about, misunderstood, labeled difficult, intense, too much. And you begin to wonder, is something wrong with me? No, there is nothing wrong with you. But your gift must be carried well. Because a sword in the hands of a child is not a gift, it's a hazard. And your intelligence, if not forged in humility, if not softened by mercy, can wound rather than illuminate. This is the true test of the scary smart. Not whether you can see the truth, but whether you can bear it, whether you can hold it without weaponizing it, whether you can share it without shaming others, whether you can sit with it when the time to speak has not yet come. That takes wisdom. And wisdom, unlike intelligence, is always earned. Scary smart people often find themselves lonely, not because they cannot connect, but because they connect differently. They hunger for conversation that touches the roots. They long for ideas that matter. They tire of small talk and the performances of normalcy. This hunger is not arrogance. It's necessity. Surface life starves them, but they must be careful, because isolation can rot into superiority, and superiority is the death of the gift. It is the moment the X-ray turns into a spotlight, and no one feels safe under it. So if you are scary smart, learn the art of calibration. Not dumbing down, not hiding, but translating, guiding, inviting others into the truth you see rather than bludgeoning them with it. Because the greatest intelligence in the world is useless if no one can hear it. And the truest seeing is not the seeing that exposes, but the seeing that understands. Now, let us speak plainly. If you are scary smart, you probably scare yourself sometimes. You've predicted things you shouldn't have known. You've felt people turning on you before they did. You've understood decisions and consequences long before they played out. You've seen connections that nobody else saw. And perhaps worst of all, you've often been right. But being right isn't the same as being whole. So you must learn gentleness. With others, yes, but also with yourself. You will make mistakes. You will speak too soon. You will overwhelm people. You will be rejected for things you thought were kindness. You will carry burdens that no one applauds you for carrying. But listen to me now. Do not give up your clarity. Do not abandon your depth. Do not trade your sight for belonging. The world is full of fast answers and loud voices and shallow distractions. Let others have them, but you stay slow, stay deep, stay true. You are not here to win approval. You are here to hold the thread when it feels like everything is unraveling. You are here to name the thing beneath the thing, to see the moment beneath the moment, to say what no one else can yet put into words, and to do so in love. That is the task of the scary smart. Not to dominate, but to illuminate, not to correct, but to connect, not to overpower, but to reveal. So carry it well, this torch you did not ask for. Speak when it's time, or listen more often than not. Don't be afraid to laugh. Don't be afraid to play. Don't turn your brilliance into a cage. Let it breathe. Let it dance. Let it serve something bigger than your ego. And when the night comes, and you feel the weight of seeing what others miss, remember this: you are not alone. Somewhere out there is another mind, lit like yours. Maybe quiet, maybe far, but kindred nonetheless. And they, too, are learning how to carry the fire without burning the world down.